part of this story is to prove a lot of people wrong who are saying kids weren't in school enough, they didn't learn anything this year.
We are thinking about what King looks like in the future. And we want your voice to be a huge part of making decisions.
What is a skill you developed this year as you went through hybrid school, remote learning, and now in-person learning?
After months of hybrid learning, King Middle School's whole student body returned in April 2021 to full in-school learning. The school's leadership team made a decision to hold student focus groups to highlight what was gained this year rather than what was lost.
In fact, we believe that you are stronger learners as a result.
Like all schools this year, was incredibly challenging. So much changed during hybrid learning and really forced us to focus on 3 priorities. Students' safety through things like social distancing.
Our second priority was engagement. One of the big shifts this year was in crew. Prior to the pandemic, we met twice a week in crew. This year, we held 3 crews per day, so students could build on relationships with one another and also with their teachers.
So our third priority was achievement. We still ran learning expeditions, projects that deeply engage students in learning that matters. Teachers held regular online office hours.
Because next week it's going to be
We scheduled opportunities for students to receive extra in-person academic support.
So you're going to take a block and it's into parent 1.
So you said you liked having the same classes at the same time every day. Why did that work for you?
Because I feel like classes can go by quicker than normal.
As we shifted back to school this spring, we wanted students to know these priorities. Safety, engagement, and achievement were still front and center in their work and our work as a school.
We also wanted to instill a mindset in our students that this was not a lost year of schooling, but rather a year of growth full of accomplishments. What do you think has helped your writing to get better and better?
In LA, we do like a bunch of writing and social studies, so it helped me get better.
To support the development of a growth mindset, the student focus groups were held with nearly half of the students at King.
And so what we're doing is we're doing these focus groups with 18 crews in the building. We have 30 crews.
There's 3 topics we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about crew, we're going to talk about content classes, and we're going to talk about procedures around the school. So we're going to start with crew. And here's my crew question. What went well for crew this year?
I liked how well we all got to connect and bond.
I think that this year we kind of learned more about like each other because we have more crew.
And I also like in the morning you can ask your crew teacher about assignments and stuff. I like the size of the crew. I think that it's like you get to know the people better.
It gets you prepared for the day, and you can talk to people, and also your home teacher can help you if you need anything in the beginning of the day.
So take your crew hat off, and then I want you to think about your classroom hat. What's a skill you've developed? What do you think you've gotten good at this year?
I learned how to figure out problems that I had on my own, especially when we were doing remote learning, and I don't really have help with that. It's kind of like my responsibility to finish the work. I think I learned more math skill because we learned about a lot of math skill that we didn't even learn about.
Talking to teachers when they had their off time, you could email them or talk to them on Google Meets. They'll help you even if you're online.
Awesome. We call that advocacy. How many people in here would agree that you became a better advocate for yourself and your learning needs?
I think our students really trusted our process, and we got to hear from them about the pros and cons.
I just said it's really hard since we're always using our computers. We don't get to do on paper. We just use our computers for mostly every work that we have to do in class.
For language arts, I feel like I really struggled with that class. Since the 4 days started, I feel like I've been able to get more work done than with remote learning.
The last section of our focus group is around school procedures. Things like dismissal, coming into the same door every day, the way lunch was served, the fact that you were in one classroom all day. We had lunch here, we didn't have lunch in the cafeteria, all these different things. So I'm curious what your opinions about those are.
I lost eating in the cafeteria. I lost seeing a lot of faces, talking to friends, because I like the loudness, I like talking. And
lose that connection? Okay.
I think 40 minutes is a little short for every class, because I feel like some classes go by super quick.
I think that we should make all the classes longer. Like if every teacher says we can go outside to do work, we have a lot more time to do it outside.
Sophia.
If everybody gets every kid gets the vaccine, do you think we won't have to wear masks at school?
That's a great question, and a lot of people are asking that. I don't get to make those decisions, Delphia. The state does. Do you guys feel like you've had a good year?
Yeah.
You feel like you've had some successes?
Beyond the focus groups, we surveyed the whole student body with the same goal in mind. How can we include student voice in planning for next year and reminding students that this was an incredible year of growth and resilience?
Drawing on what we found from student focus groups, we turned to a large group of faculty and probed the same questions about crew, learning, and procedures at the school. What did we learn this year that would help shape priorities as we plan for the year ahead?
So we had advocacy and belonging, and we found that there was a large overlap between staff and students and the words and themes that were coming up.
There was an amazing amount of overlap, and the big takeaways for us were that everyone liked more than one crew a day, and collaborative projects with student agency were very valuable.
Our students have incredible resilience. They've shown that in every way this year. Our progress monitoring tools that measure sense of belonging and trust and safety have never been stronger.
I think that one of my biggest takeaways from this incredible experience that we've lived together as an entire school community this year is that we come away stronger, we come away thriving, and we come away knowing a lot more than we did if we had not shared this experience together.